going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live everywhere. You should know all the spots by now. Listen, if you don't mind, those that are coming in that don't mind helping your boy out, why don't you share this with me on tonight? If you don't mind, what's going on? We're live on Podbean. We're live on our YouTube pages. We are live. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Sports Empire Network page. We are live everywhere. I'm sharing right now. If you don't mind, help your boy out real quick as we go ahead and talk about yesterday. Yeah. Talk about yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and tell some of you now, if you're coming in or if you're listening to this late or if you're listening to this by on the download, Spotify and all those other places, Pandora, all those other places listening. If you don't want the truth tonight, then it's no sense in you coming in, As I've always told most of you guys by now, I am a diehard Cowboy fan. It's no question about it. The star is in me. The star is in my blood. It's there. I'm a Cowboy fan through and through. There is no question about it. You've never heard me say, I don't know how, I don't care however long you've known me. If you know me, some of these people know me through high school, elementary school. There's only one team that I've always called out as far as NFL. That's it. If you've known me in my adult life, it's only one team. And I'm saying all this for a reason because what I'm going to say tonight probably going to make you wonder if I'm a Cowboy fan. Yeah. You see, it comes a time where the truth has to be told. Yeah. Yeah. There comes a time where the truth has to be told. And, you could say the truth and still be with your team. You still can do that. That's what I'm going to do tonight, y'all. Now, a lot of this, what I'm going to say, probably some of it you may agree with. Some of it you may not. But you got to keep in mind, when you have a podcast show, you're pretty much giving your perspective on what is going on. Okay. So this is not your perspective. This is my perspective. And hopefully you'll understand where I'm coming from on tonight. All right. Let's go ahead and start because I ain't got time to play. I don't have time. Number one, I'm still irritated. Yeah. I'm still a little upset, perturbed. I'm not. It's almost like I'm watching it again. Watch it unfold. I'm upset. I'm upset. And the reason why I'm upset is because it's a culmination of things. Yesterday showed me, man, I showed you, but yesterday showed me that nothing has changed. That's what yesterday showed me. Because we are having the same conversation. We are having the same problem. We are having the same results that we've been seeing for the last 8 to 9 years. And it is not on all Coach McCarthy. It is a culture problem that we are having. because the same results that we're seeing happen with Jason Garrett. The same results we're seeing happen with Tony Romo. I mean, it is the same. Here's what I'm talking about. I'll just go ahead and cut across the field. Whenever the moment comes, the big moment or the big game comes, we always end up with the short end of the stick. That's overall. I get about to yesterday and I point the finger to what I saw. We are having the same, we cannot win the big game, or when the big moment comes, it is a letdown. This goes beyond Coach McCarthy. This goes beyond Dak Prescott. This goes beyond. It's the same results. Just can't get over the hump. We can't. And in the case of Green Bay, I think by now we just got to go ahead and call it like it is. Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't have, before the game started, everybody was saying he don't have nobody. He don't have nothing. He don't have nothing. That's because they were thinking strictly wide receiver. That's all they were thinking about. Well, he once again proves that he has our number. I can't, it's nothing else that you can say other than that. We can't beat him. We haven't beat him. Whatever year you want to go to, except the year when David Irvin had that monster game in the regular season. Other than that, he has destroyed us. He did it again yesterday. Cowboys lose 31-28 overtime to the Green Bay Packers. It really shouldn't have came down to that, but it did. It shouldn't even been that way, but it did. The Cowboys have always had this little moniker as well. When we win, it's spectacular. And when we lose, it's spectacular. We just don't get blowed out. It's the same format. The Cowboys really never get blowed out. Real, like the Denver game last year. Those type of games don't happen with us. We always are the cardiac Cowboys. They hold everybody to the edge of the seat, and they win or lose. It makes no difference who they're playing. It's always going to be some high drama in a Dallas Cowboy game. It never fails. It just never fails. I don't care what year you're talking about. It's the same thing. Except the 90s Cowboys, when we just beat people's brains out. Those are comfortable wins. We everything we got is on the edge of our seat. Last night was no different. Same thing. When we win, it's spectacular. When we lose, it's spectacular. We lost spectacularly yesterday. We did. Hey, cuz, I see my cousin come in. It is the cardiac Cowboy. That's what we are. You almost had to take blood pressure medication watching the Cowboys. Some of you already know. Some of y'all, not me, but some of y'all keep your cognac right beside right beside your leg. You got it right there, because you already know you're gonna need something. Some of y'all do that. I already know. I know. I'm upset tonight. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we lost spectacularly. Let's look at how we lost, and then I'll leave y'all guys alone. I'll go ahead and I ain't had time to even change clothes today. Had to run straight in here and get on here, and I'm still hot. I'm still hot. I'm hot, y'all. Because it just don't make any sense. Number one. Here's where probably a lot of y'all not gonna like this. It's time, y'all, that we start giving ridicule to where it belongs. First of all, let's go ahead and call the witness in. Let's call in Dan Quinn to the building, please. You see, we have given Dan Quinn so much credit because he did turn around this defense. The turnovers were incredible last year. They're good this year. The sacks are there, no doubt about it. We're one of the top sack team in the league, no doubt about it. That is true. But in the middle of that, and because we were winning, and the Cowboys coming into the game last night, I believe, were third ranked in the league in some category. That's you can't ask for nothing better than that. But what we have ignored is that Dan Quinn and his run defense is horrible. Yep, I said it. Y'all, I said it. Dan Quinn and his run defense is horrible. We are giving up over 100 yards a game rushing, almost every game. See, we're good on the sacks. We got the weapons on the outside. That part we good at. We're great at that. Even the cornerback position, we're pretty decent there. The secondary is pretty good. We're good there. We're all right. Well, I'm serious. We're okay. We are. Sacks, you ain't got to worry about sacks and quarterback pressures. It's coming. We got the Rodgers a little bit yesterday. It's coming. You ain't got to worry about that. We're good on that. But right there in the middle, defensive tackles, we have not been good there in the last probably 12 to 13 years. We have not been good in stopping the run. We have not been. And yesterday, oh my goodness, it proved it again. We are soft as cotton in the middle of our defense. Charmin like. We are soft as cotton. We get ran over. We get pushed around. Dan Quinn is horrible at run defense. The stats don't lie. And see, we've given them so much credit that we don't look at it all. You know, we cannot stop the run. They punished Michael Parsons yesterday. They ran straight at him. He couldn't even be an impact in the game. They're running straight to him, which is another issue within itself. You had to play linebacker yesterday because Anthony Barr was hurt, and he couldn't really just get on the edge and cause problems. But hey, let's just be honest. Green Bay Packers stayed in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and third. I mean, they really didn't have. They didn't give us a chance to really go ahead and rush them. It wasn't that many chances for us to blitz and all that kind of stuff because they ran the ball so well. I'm gonna know y'all know the stats by now. We gave up over 200 yards rushing. Hello. We've been saying this all year. So we got caught up in the wins and we were blowing people out. That it really didn't. It forced teams to have to throw the ball. But when a team makes up their mind that they're going to run the ball against us, they don't have no problems. Philadelphia made the decision. We're going to run against y'all. Tampa Bay, they said we were going to run against y'all. And then yesterday, Green Bay Packers, the team that said, y'all, most people say Aaron Rodgers ain't got nobody. He ain't got nobody. A team that decides to run and stick with it have beat us. Our defense is giving up over 120 some odd yards a game. They're averaging. We're at the lower end in the league against stopping the run. And what have we done? We went in and got kid from the Oakland Raiders. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders, big Hankins or whatever his name is. That ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing. What's up, Greg? What's up, everybody? I see y'all coming in. It didn't do anything. What happened? It didn't stop anything. In actuality, it got worse. See, if you remember my last show, I told y'all, most of y'all was on my last show. It's in here now. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all that the only way Green Bay was going to beat us was if the Green Bay Packers decided to take the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands and let the game be dictated by Mr. Jones and Dillon, the other running back. And everybody keep thinking, at least yesterday, that everybody thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to pass the ball 50 times. What did I tell y'all? Because that is the weakness of the Dallas Cowboys, is our run defense. They got two bona fide running backs. It was obvious to me what was going to happen. The question was, could we stop it? Well, we found that out, didn't we? If I told y'all yesterday that one quarterback, don't put the name on it. If I told y'all yesterday that a quarterback threw 27 passes out of 46, in comparison, the other quarterback had 14 completions out of 20, most of you would have said that the 14 out of 20 would have went to Dak Prescott, and that the 27 out of 46 attempts and completion, pass attempts, would have been to Aaron Rodgers, because most people keep thinking that the game lies with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers threw the ball only 20 times yesterday. Shoot, Aaron Rodgers played like the way we were supposed to be playing. Aaron Rodgers, the two-time back-to-back MVP, only threw the ball 20 times yesterday. No 20 times were deadly, except the 6 that he missed. He only completed 14 passes yesterday. 14. 3 of them were touchdowns. Only had 224 yards. You know why? Because he didn't need to throw it. Because we couldn't stop nobody running. Aaron Jones, 24 carries, 138 yards. Dillon, that was 5.8 yards average with Aaron Jones. Dillon, 13 carries, 65 yards, 5.5 average. Huh? The Green Bay Packers played Derrick Henry-like football. I mean, come on now. I mean, you don't expect that from an Aaron Rodgers led team. It was an insult yesterday. And if we're going to point the finger, we done gave Dan Quinn a pass. He been getting ran on not only this year, he got ran on last year. We just didn't say nothing about it. because we had all them turnovers, and you saw Diggs with all those interceptions, and you saw some of the sacks that happened. You saw Michael Parsons be the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. We bypassed that Dan Quinn was just getting ran on last year. We couldn't stop nobody last year running. And I'd be dang. It got fully exposed yesterday. The whole world was watching. We can't stop nobody. Can't stop nobody. It ain't just started. It seemed like to me, the Cowboys, and really, to be honest with y'all, is it all Dan Quinn? See, because Dan got to coach it, okay. But I was always taught you can't run the race without the horses. See, the Cowboys have this theory in their head that's been there. They sign free agents for depth. They don't sign free agents for impact. I hope y'all just heard what I just said. They don't sign. We don't sign. Everybody that y'all see sign that we sign is coming off a practice squad or somebody coming off some type of injury. And we don't draft for impact. Even the guy that we just got from the Raiders, that was more for depth. It wasn't an impact player. It wasn't an impact player. And every chance that we've had over the years to get people that make real impact, we just let them go to another team. We don't even try to get in the race. And then even guys that could potentially help us that are on the sideline, most of you want Ndamukong Suh. That's if Ndamukong Suh really even want to play, to be honest with you. That's depending on I don't know if he got the desire. We don't draft. We draft well. But when it comes to free agents and even in the draft, is well, with the exception of, Diggs and Parsons. That's because we would see when you draft that high, you get an impact player, a CeeDee Lamb where he was drafted. You're gonna hit the home run there. But usually the Cowboys just drafting for depth. They're not drafting for real impact players. And so I bring up that point because, see, when you start talking about stopping the run in the middle, some of you have talked about even on the edge. Give me some guys that's going to make a real impact. Our guys make an impact in the rush game. Fowler, rush game. The only person that's on the edge that really makes an impact is, of course, D-Law, who plays well against the run. Who else plays well against the run on that defensive line? Can't even name me one. It ain't Gallimore. It's not Bohanna. It's not Hankins. It's not Fowler. Armstrong plays pretty decent. We don't have. You can't run the race without the horses. We ain't stopped nobody running in the last 4-5 years, y'all. Okay, so while we celebrate Dan Quinn and what he's done for this defense, and he deserves credit, but on the day, because we bypassed it, we've given him a pass. All at the same time, while we was getting all them turnovers and all the sacks, the fact still remains: we can't stop nobody running. And y'all know how this thing go in November, December, and January. You can't stop the run. It's no sense of us talking about nothing. It's no sense us talking about nothing. We left the playoff game last year crying, mumbling, ticked off. Why? Because San Francisco ran all over us. That's how we left, remember? That's how the one and done. That's how we left. They came in and bullied us. They came in and ran over us. That's how we left the last season. And I be dang, here we are. Here we are now. We ain't got close to solving the problem. Now, is it really Quinn, or is it Stephen Jones and Will McClay? And or is it? I believe it's primarily Stephen, because I'm quite sure they brought up some names, and of course Stephen is cheap, but will not go get impact players. Impact players. Impact. We haven't done it. We haven't really addressed defensive tackle. We think we have. Tristan Hill was too light. He got pushed around. Gallimore is big, but he's getting pushed around. Bohanna is getting pushed around. Hankins is getting pushed around. We can't stop a nosebleed. Hello. Dan Quinn deserves some ridicule today. I hate that. I'm just calling it like it is. He deserves some ridicule today. Dan Quinn, yes. That Dan Quinn, yes. I told y'all, some of y'all ain't gonna agree with it. I know it. But when you think about it, when have we stopped the run? We ain't stopped nobody. I ain't even brought up, I said the games that we lost, but even the game that we won, good Lord, the Chicago Bears ate us alive too. They ran down our throat. Couldn't stop nothing. Nothing. And now, fast forward, look who we getting ready to go against these next few games. Y'all know the schedule by now. Y'all know the schedule. Let's look at the running backs we getting ready to see. Next Sunday, Dalvin Cook. Thanksgiving, Saquon Barkley. Week 13 against the Colts, Jonathan Taylor. Good Lord, now. The Jaguars, Travis Etienne. The Eagles again, their whole running back system. December 29th, Derrick Henry. Look, it's no secret of what's getting ready to happen for the rest of the season, because the blueprint is there. Run the ball against the Dallas Cowboys and go get you 200 yards. I just named you. I'm going down the list again. These are our next teams that we're playing. I'm just giving you the running backs. Y'all know who they play for. The Vikings, that's Dalvin Cook. Saquon Barkley on Thanksgiving. That's the Giants. Play the Colts after that. That's Jonathan Taylor. We play the Texans after that. I don't know who their running back is. The Jaguars, Travis Etienne. The Eagles, their whole running back system, plus Jalen Hurts. Then we play the Titans, Derrick Henry. Then we play Washington to close it out. And they got Antonio Gibson and Robinson. Look, if we ain't stopping nobody right now, it only gets worse. It does. We gotta, if we're talking about doing anything, you better fix it quick, like in the next couple of days. Because if not, Dalvin Cook is gonna run for 200 yards against us. Some of y'all said we got a problem setting the edge. Please understand, if we don't get the edge like y'all talking about, please understand Dalvin Cook is going to get there and going to run for 150, 200 yards. Easy. Aaron Rodgers only threw the ball 20 times yesterday. That's it. That's it. Huh? I'm just on Dan Quinn now. Don't worry about it. I'm coming around. And I got 2 more fingers to point. Then I'll be through. Dan Quinn deserves some ridicule today. Love him, want him to stay with us. I wouldn't trade him for the world. But when it comes to this run defense, you gotta get it together real quick. Like in the next few days. Because the real tests are coming. And based off what I just seen yesterday, please understand everybody is going to run against us. One more thing about Dan Quinn. I did not like that he didn't adjust. I didn't like that he didn't adjust yesterday. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Maybe y'all saw it. What about this? He has too much faith in his man coverage. He had people committed to the box, which left one-on-one, which is what he's played. Has been successful at times. But it's a difference yesterday because what happens now when you get Boss Man Fat and Bland in the game and you got them going one-on-one? Bland is a rookie. Boss Man Fat is, he's a second-year guy, but he's not 100% experienced. They didn't go at Diggs at all yesterday. They didn't go at Diggs. Diggs' uniform was just as clean as Diggs didn't do absolutely nothing. You know what they did? The Green Bay Packers, if you remember the game yesterday, they lined up in a stack formation every time because they knew the Cowboys didn't know where they were going. They took advantage of Bland and Boss Man, just trying to confuse them. That's how they were so wide open. Why didn't Dan Quinn go to some type of zone instead of going man-to-man with a rookie, Bland, who got burnt just about every trip, as well as Boss Man Fat? Why didn't he go to a zone instead of going one-on-one? I get it if you do it with Anthony Brown, but not now. You gotta make the adjustment. He never made the adjustment. We didn't go zone at all when it was time to pass. You can't go one-on-one when that kid was running by Bland every trip. All it did was run, and then you playing off. But you got to play off when you're doing stack formation. All they did was just ran him in the middle. He couldn't get bumped, and the kid was faster than Bland. Why we keep letting that man beat like that? Man, that young dude ain't done nothing. The Christian Watson, whatever his name is, they've been looking for him all year in Green Bay. He hadn't done absolutely nothing this whole year. Then all of a sudden he had his breakout game against the Dallas Cowboys. Why didn't he go zone, y'all? See, that got a little bit too much confidence in these rookies and thinking your system works. Look, when he got cracked and they ate up the first time, you should have went zone. I didn't like that. Because you kept letting Bland get killed. Why you letting him go one-on-one? He's not quick enough. It wasn't that he was getting burnt. He just wasn't quick enough. The kid was faster than he was. He was always behind him. Look, you got to go zone. Please. I didn't like that. So Dan Quinn let me down yesterday. He really did. As far as the run game goes, we ain't done nothing. We ain't stopped nothing. in 2 years. He got ran on last year. We just were so excited about all these turnovers we had. We forgot that we couldn't stop nobody running. That's what Denver did to us last year. Y'all remember that? 30-0 in the fourth quarter. Y'all remember that? The Raiders did that to us. Come on now. We ain't stopped nobody running the ball at all. Since Dan Quinn has been the defensive coordinator, we have not stopped the run game. Since Dan Quinn has been in been our defensive coordinator. I know y'all don't like it, but it's just the truth. We have not stopped the run since Dan Quinn has been in Dallas. We just got excited over Diggs getting all those interceptions, being first team All-Pro. We get excited over Parsons getting in there, getting all the sacks, being defensive rookie of the year, first team All-Pro. We was excited. We just excited about that. But in the meantime, with us leading the league in turnovers last year, with us doing what we're doing this year, we're doing good in turnovers. With all the sacks we got this year, the problem that has been consistent, however, is the last 2 years that Dan Quinn has been there, we have not stopped the run. And we got to tell the truth. Got to tell the truth, man. You got to tell the truth. He's a great defensive coordinator. He knows what he's doing. He's carried teams to the Super Bowl with his defense. He carried another organization to the Super Bowl, Atlanta, with his defense. But this defense here, see, they stopped the run in Seattle. They stopped the run in Atlanta. We ain't got nothing over here stopping the run. Oh, yeah, we got interceptions. Oh, yeah, we got sacks. We got that. But we ain't stopped the nosebleed when it comes to running the football. That's all Dan Quinn. And see, let me show y'all now. And we got to be right here. If we're gonna point the finger, and I'm getting ready to point the finger at my other guy in a minute. If we're gonna point the finger at Kellen Moore, then most certainly you got to point the finger at Dan Quinn. Right? Right? See? Christian Watson, whatever the kid name is. You cannot, look, it was just speed. It wasn't like Bland was just destroyed. They stacked the box up, confusing their eyes. It's brilliant offensive coordinating, actually. You're banking on that if I stack wide receivers, I'm going to confuse the cornerbacks because they ain't played much. Bland is a rookie. Boss Man Fat was in there yesterday. He ain't played really a whole lot of cornerback. They ain't mess with Diggs at all. They went opposite of Diggs and went to the other side, and that's where they ate at. The few times that Aaron Rodgers threw the ball. That's all he did. That's all he did. And he outran everybody. That's all it was. Dan Quinn, sometimes you got to get away from your system, depending on who in the game. You see what I'm saying? Just because you got the style on the helmet don't mean that's the real players. And I'm not saying Andy Brown would have done better, but I am saying Bland is a rookie. I am saying Boss Man is overall an inexperienced pro cornerback. They took advantage of it. That's why the kid had 3 touchdowns. It looked too easy. Dan Quinn should have went zone on some of that stuff. That's all I'm saying. Now, Dan Quinn, I spent all this time talking about Dan Quinn. He deserves ridicule today, and I'm going to give it to him. Now, y'all may not like it, but it's just the truth. He got destroyed, and we hadn't figured out how to stop the run yet. And we're in trouble unless something changes quick. You got Cook coming. You got Barkley on the way. You got Jonathan Taylor on the way. You got Travis Etienne with the Jaguars on the way. You got Philadelphia. and their whole running backs. And then you got to see Derrick Henry. And I'm looking at Washington right now, and they running the ball well against Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson. Look, if you ain't got it right by now, it's finna get easy in a minute. Y'all think folks running now? We got some of the real dogs on the way now. See? You gotta get it going, man. I don't. Hey, if you talking about going where some of us thought we were going, see, we got a dose of reality yesterday. We came out of dreamland. It's back to reality now. We got exposed yesterday in major fashion, especially on defense. Horrible. Let's switch because I don't, it is what it is. Point finger number 2. And I got to be fair, but primarily Kellen Moore. I told y'all, my worst fear came true. It's coming true. I told y'all that when Dak Prescott came back, I told y'all that he was going to get pass at. Didn't I tell y'all that? All what we saw with Cooper Rush, all of the running that we did, I told y'all that Kellen Moore was going, he just can't help himself. Or, ladies and gentlemen, is it really all Kellen Moore? Or does some of this belong to Dak Prescott as well? Because if you were watching the game yesterday, you saw a lot of checks at the line. Dak Prescott. I mean, look, I told y'all, the stats don't lie. We've been saying give the ball to these guys, the running backs and all that. We've been saying how many times they need the ball. We've been saying that. But most importantly, what we did say was we don't need Dak Prescott throwing the ball 30 times a game. That's what we said now. Because the formula had been set. Give the ball to the running backs. And some folks will say, well, it may change because Zeke not in the game. Well, I'm gonna have to stop you on that one because Mr. Davis, our second running back yesterday, had 5 carries for 38 yards, and that averaged out to be 7.6 yards a carry. So he was running too. He was. Tony Pollard, yesterday, 22 carries, 116 yards, averaged 5.2 yards a carry. So what did they tell me? We could run the ball, obviously. Oh, yeah, we can run the ball. But between our 2 running backs, Dak had 4, carries. Some of them were quarterback sneaks. Dak Prescott, between Tony Pollard and Malik Davis, that is 27 carries. 27 carries. It should have been right between almost 35 to 40. Because they couldn't stop us. But we veered off into what I knew what was going to happen. As soon as Dak Prescott got back, I knew it was just a matter of time. What in the world is Dak Prescott throwing the ball 46 times? I mean, if I looked at that right there, I was like, man, the Cowboys must have been down by 20, 25 points or something. It was a close game. It went into overtime. Why is he throwing the ball 46 times? Why? Some of you will say, well, Pollard can only run X amount of carries. Man, forget that. If you're gonna say that, okay, I'll give you that. If you're gonna say that's the case, Then get the ball to Davis. Davis only got the ball 5 times yesterday. Run it some more. If you so worried about the pitch count with Tony Pollard, get the ball to Mr. Davis at least about 9, 10 times. How about that? You want to keep Pollard on your pitch count? Fine. Get the rest of Davis. Davis should have had the ball more than 5 times. He was rolling. Why is Dak Prescott throwing the ball 46 times, man? I were we down by 15 points or what? Why is Dak Prescott throwing the ball 46 times? Why? Why? Tell him more. That's why. Dak Prescott himself, by changing the plays. There's no way in the world Dak Prescott should not have had 46 passes. Aaron Rodgers had 20 pass attempts yesterday. Aaron Rodgers only threw the ball 20 times yesterday. That was a commitment and dedication to the running game for both Dylan and Aaron Jones. I see you, bro, Garrett in there. If Garrett said we had more possessions, that's fine, which means we should have ran more then. We should have ran it more. We should have ran it more. They couldn't stop us. In other words, stick to the formula that brought you to the dance. We ran the ball. Run the ball. Should have. Dak Prescott, I don't care what. I don't care. There's no more. Dak Prescott should not have thrown the ball 46 times yesterday. If Tony Pollard had 22 carries, the way we were running the ball yesterday, Tony Pollard should have had 25 to 28 carries yesterday. Malik Davis definitely should have had more than 5 carries. He should have been somewhere in between 10 to 12 himself. I'm serious. I'm just saying. We slowly but surely turning into, it's showing up. It's showing up. We're slowly but surely going to turn into the pass happy team. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, in fairness to Kellen, I do believe that it probably will balance out just a little bit more, just because. Hey, Gary, I see you. Because Ezekiel Elliott is going to be there, and Ezekiel got to get the ball. Hopefully, he is going somewhere. I just believe that may cause it out, because see, I love that Pollard got 22 carries. I think he should have had some more. Malik Davis should have had more than 5 carries. Though. We didn't want to get into a shootout. You see what I'm saying? It's more than just giving the ball. It's just the style of the game. You don't want to get into a shootout. That's what it turned out to be. That's what it turned out to be. We want to slow the game down to keep the boogeyman that has our number on the sideline. We was up 14, third quarter. We were stopping. Dak Prescott, I don't know if y'all saw the stat. Dak Prescott threw the ball 25 times in the first half. Why? Why? I'm just saying. Dak Prescott threw the ball in the first half 25 times. That's almost what he should have just thrown for the whole game. Huh? We were throwing in. Exactly. Exactly, Gary. Dak Prescott, and it wasn't like we was we went down. Come on now. In the first half. What is he throwing 25 times for in the first half? In the first half. I told y'all. Huh? You make a good point, Gary. And trying to drive too many passes. I give you that. I'll give you that part. That's the truth. It ain't like you threw no 10, 11 times just in that drive, man. I mean, I'm just saying, man. We was up 14. Milk the clock, man. Run the ball. They weren't stopping it. We were still throwing up 14. Come on now. Come on now. Milk the clock. We were up 14. Run the ball. Some of y'all want to point to the interceptions. I'm not going to do that because it was obvious there was miscommunication going. Yes, they hurt, obviously. Especially that one we was down close about the score. I give you that. I know I'm not going to talk about that one because the truth be told, some of that is on. You can tell it was a miscommunication because Schultz and Lamb was in the same place. There's no play designed for the two receivers to be in the same place. There was miscommunication there. So I'm not even about to really harp in on the picks. The only thing that we can say is just the timing of the picks that hurt us on that. It did hurt us. But I really do believe it was miscommunication. The second one, that you got flatten that receiver, flatten that route out. Lamb didn't do that. Instead, he drifted back when he's supposed to came flat across. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You have to flatten that out. That's really not on Dak. He threw where he's supposed. That ball was where it was supposed to be. Lamb just was not where he was supposed to be. So I can't blame. Y'all might blame Dak on that. And hey, if you got one of these problems with Dak Prescott, then you're gonna say he throws interceptions when it's all that kind of stuff. I honestly just believe that it was strictly miscommunication. CD did not run that route the proper way. Dak threw the ball exactly where he was supposed to go. I'm not even gonna harp on that. It's just that we just can't get the job done. It's rare. The way we lost is rare. I personally don't think that this is gonna happen again. It's just that some of this stuff is questionable. That's really all I got to say about Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Because it's the same story as far as I'm concerned. He has questionable play calling at times. He moves the ball, but it's some questionable play calls at times. Some of that is on Dak because he changes the plays as well. See what I'm saying? It's the same old story. Speaking of the same old story, let me go ahead and point my third and last finger. Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy yesterday, in my view, was selfish yesterday. He wanted to win so bad. He went down instead of trying to kick the field goal. He wanted to make sure that he won the game. I understand that he got the kickoff. I understand he won the coin toss. I'm sorry for overtime. I get that, but he was selfish yesterday. Who knows? Field goal kicker could have very well missed it. It was going to be a long one. But if you remember the commentators, for those that will listen to commentators, say that's what he was hitting from in pregame. So who knows? I would have tried it. That's me. I would have tried to kick it. Put the points on the board. Yeah, if you missed it, you give Green Bay the field position right there. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But to me, he was selfish yesterday. He wanted to win it so bad. That's why he threw the headphones like that. Plus, of course, let's be honest, y'all. Not use excuses, but it is what it is. The referees did not call that obvious pass interference on third down. But that dude just climbed over CD. And it was just so obvious. I don't know why we can't get that call. I don't know why. I see. That's why I say it's a questionable call. Most of you, like Gary, my brother, here saying he would have went ahead and went for the touchdown. Can't get mad at the call. Just depending on how you play it. Some would have said kick the field goal like me. Some say go ahead and go for it like him. Like Gary is saying. He said he would have went for it too. Say we want to stop in their offense, I would go for the win as well. Before that, he said, I can't be mad at their offense. Their offense was driving easily. But see, here's the thing about that. See, they were driving easily, yes. They were scoring, yes. But the last time I checked, all I heard, been hearing from the Cowboys for the last, since the season began, is this: that our defense is the strongest point of our team. I would have given them the chance. That's me. I know they were getting ran on. I know they were getting scored on. But the offense is not the strongest point of the team. It's the defense. Well, that's what I would have done. I would have kicked the field goal. And if he would have kicked the field goal, I would have gave this defense a chance. Wherever that kick return would have went, I would have gave them the chance to shut the game down. Because they are the strongest point on the team. That's what I done heard all year. I would have gave them a chance. That's me. Now, we were close by, and we didn't want to give Rodgers the ball right then. I get it. Some folks say go for it. I get it. I'm not. It's not a bad answer there at all. It's not a bad answer there at all. It's really all about philosophy, how you want to play. So you want to play aggressive like that, then you have no problem with going for it. I would have tried to put the points on the board, and I would have gave my defense a chance to shut it down. Step up for one series, shut it down. You knew they were going to be passing the whole way. Well, not exactly. It's overtime, so you got a chance to go ahead and do what you got to do. That's what I would have done. Coach McCarthy, we run into the same issues. If you don't like play calling, he can't do nothing about it. He can't do nothing with Kellen Moore. Can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They even complain about it. He sure can't do nothing with Dan Quinn on defense. He can't do nothing with that, period. So what power does he really have? You can't stop Kellen Moore. You can't. I know a lot of y'all be talking about pull the reins back and all that kind of stuff. You can't do. Coach, I ain't taking no calls tonight. I'm gonna handle this by myself. I don't even want to get into. I don't even want to know. Not tonight, Coach. Not tonight. Is what power does he really have? What I do know is the power that he does have. He does have this power. He does have the power to say, "Let's go for it. Let's do a fake punt," or he agrees with a fake punt. He calls for an onside kick. That kind of stuff he has control over. And it seems to me in late game situations, he is not good. But it should be a surprise, y'all, because that's the same stuff we were saying last year. We just called it last year was more time management. But he's not that good. Late games. I mean, he's just not good. Or when it's getting real thick. He's not good. He's not good. You see, it would have been me. Okay. It was third and 4 maybe on the last drive. If you knew you were going for on 4th down, why didn't you run 3rd down? I mean, if you know you're going for it, I mean, this why not run it on 3rd down and make it closer? They ain't stopped us running, so why not run it then? You know what I mean? You could have. Why didn't you run it? There you go, Coach Price. Coach agrees with me. Why didn't we just run it on 3rd down? If you knew you were going for it on 4th down, if you knew you didn't want to get the ball to Rodgers again, if you knew you wanted to score the touchdown to end the game, you knew they didn't stop. You know they couldn't stop us running. Why didn't you run it on 3rd down? Make it closer. You probably would have got the 1st down. Be honest with you. That draw play was killing them. That draw play killed them last night. They couldn't stop it. Why didn't we just run it? It's calls like that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? They are paid the big bucks. I'm just an armchair quarterback. I mean, that's all I am. They getting paid for it. But I just don't get it. We just can't get over the hump. We always end up getting the short end of the stick. And it's not, and for all, let me clear this up. And a lot of y'all, especially Cowboy fans, want to blame Dak Prescott. I'm going to let y'all know that it's a team thing. So last night, here's the other thing. Some of y'all talking about it in the chat box. Once again, I told you we got exposed last night. All the things that we've been talking about for about the last 2 years came into play last night. Penalties. I mean, how long have we been talking about penalties? Thank God Almighty. Come on now. I mean, how long have we been talking about it? Our team is not built for a 2nd and 17, 2nd and 17 and stuff like that. I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. It's really and maybe I'm being a prisoner of the moment because it was just one game. Still got plenty of season left. I get all that. But last night, I just saw the whole last 2 years coming to the play last night. I saw we couldn't stop the run. We ain't done that in years. It came to fruition last night. I saw a little bad coaching by Quinn by running man defense all night long. I saw that when he should have went to zone a little bit because my guys were getting killed. Bland was getting killed. Boss man Fat was getting killed. You should have went to zone a little bit, especially when you see him getting toasted. I blame that. That came to fruition last night. I saw Kellen Moore, questionable play calling again. We've been saying that for years. I saw untimely turnovers, and I saw penalties, and I saw coaching decisions at crunch time that are questionable. That sounds like the Cowboys, all the problems just showed itself last night. And what did it do? Another loss in the quote unquote big game. Now, I'm going to say this. Sooner or later, you got to get out of dreamland. We ain't been winning the big games, y'all. And point the finger where you might want to point it. The bottom line is we ain't been winning the big games. Whatever game you could. Now, we destroying all these, the rap sheet on Dak is, and it should say the whole thing, to be honest with you. That when we play inferior teams, we look great. But the rap sheet on the Cowboys for the last 4 or 5 years is when it comes to the big games that we got to have, we don't never pull it out. Sooner or later, we got to tell the truth. Point the finger where you want to point it. I don't care. Point it whoever you want to point it to. The bottom line is we don't win the big games. We don't. And when we do, it's shocking. Kind of like the game with Dalton beat Minnesota. When Lamb made that crazy twisted catch, it shocked us. It shocked us. We don't win the big games. We don't. It ain't started with Dak Prescott. They go back to the Romo era too. They go to the Jason Garrett era. We ain't won. We ain't won no big game. It shocked us. Joe says we beat Cincinnati and the Giants. At the time, the Giants weren't considered. Everybody was shocked that the Giants, shocked now what they are. But when we beat the Giants, they weren't considered a real threat. When we beat them, everybody said, "Oh, y'all just beat the Giants." The Cincinnati game, based off where they were last year in the Super Bowl, that was a big game. And back then we won. So it's really boiled down to this, y'all. And I'm just true for those that know football, it's really simple. If we don't stop the run, we ain't gonna win nothing. I'm just out there, y'all. You can point the finger at Dak if you want. You can point the finger at Kellen Moore if you want. You can point the finger at Dan Quinn. You can point the finger at this and that and all that. Listen, if you cannot stop the run, we can just stop right there. We ain't got to go nowhere else. If their offensive line is kicking our defensive line's butt, we are not going to win. We might as well start getting, listen, I told y'all who coming up. We got Dalvin Cook coming up first. You got Saquon Barkley coming up. You got Jonathan Taylor coming up. You got Travis Etienne at Jacksonville coming up. You got Derrick Henry coming up. Listen, hey, you think we crying about the run now? Oh my God. We better figure this out quick, because we don't. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and tell you right now. And if we don't stop the run, we might as well start getting ready what we were talking about at the beginning of the year. Y'all remember what that conversation was? Who gonna be our next head coach? That's what we're gonna be really talking about. Because the hot seat, the seat is gonna get hot. It's slowly turning the heat up right now. It's the hot seat is turning up slowly but surely right now. You let the Cowboys on, you let Dalvin Cook run and kill us on Sunday. Watch what happens. And see, here's the thing. See, here's the thing about Minnesota. See, you're gonna have to, and see this is the part where it's gonna get interesting. Cause see, you got to watch Justin Jefferson. It's gonna be interesting to see how Quinn plays this. I really believe he's gonna put Diggs on him. Okay, and take his chances. Diggs can lock folks up. Okay, Diggs can lock folks up. But here's the problem. You got Thielen on the other side, and then they really hit a home run by getting to Hawkinson, the tight end. See, you got to pay attention to all that. And once you're paying attention to that, what does that do? What it does is it just leaves a nice little box to run in for Dalvin Cook. Because you got to pay attention to Jefferson. He's killing people. You got to pay attention to and TJ Hawkinson. You got to. It's gonna leave the box open. Cook. We got to figure it out quick. We got to figure it out quick. If not, it's gonna be on Sunday. See, the schedule demands. Watch this. The schedule demands. Y'all don't believe it. Let me look at it again. Let me look at it again. So y'all understand. The schedule demands that we got to stop the run in order to win. It does. Here's the rest of here comes the schedule. Minnesota coming up. The Giants are next. That's Saquon. Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. That's after that. So you got Cook, Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, 3 weeks in a row. Then you got the Texans. I don't know who their running back is. You come back, you got Jacksonville, Travis Etienne. Then you got Philly again, and their whole running back collage. Then you can play Derrick Henry in the Titans in Nashville. Then you close out with Washington. And if you're watching Washington now, you're noticing Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson are running all over. These are the teams that we're getting ready to play. It demands that we stop the run. And if we don't stop the run, ladies and gentlemen, let me go on carry it a step further. All this talk about playoffs. You might be talking about the draft. If you don't stop the run, you might be talking about the draft. I'll say it again because I'm done for tonight. I ain't taking no calls tonight. I don't want to do it tonight. I'm telling y'all, the Dallas Cowboys, what should have happened last night is that the way the Green Bay Packers played last night, Aaron Rodgers only 20 attempts. Only 20 passing attempts. They played just like the way we were supposed to play. So if Zeke is not ready, in actuality, it was smart. I give the Cowboys credit on this part. The positive was that they didn't make the same mistake last year. I mean, they didn't make the mistake this year like they did last year. What did they do? They played Ezekiel Elliott when they shouldn't have. They let him play on a busted up knee. They knew he had They played them anyway. This year, it looked like they somewhat learned a lesson, put them on the sideline the last couple weeks. I give them credit for that. Plus, you got to factor in they knew that we had 3 games in the next 12 days. So they know they can't do Ezekiel Elliott like that. They did him like that last year. They learned their lesson. He had 2 weeks to rest. I would bet that he's going to play. I bet he's playing this Sunday, and of course, hopefully he lasts. So the way I look at it is, you got a 3-headed monster if you use it. Malik Davis ran the ball well yesterday. Pollard, of course, is dangerous. Zeke Elliott, we got to just see how it is. But look, we have to go ahead and play the way. We don't need to make Dak Prescott the MVP. He's not that type of quarterback. He needs a complementary type football team. That's what Dak Prescott needs. I'm not trying to knock his skill set, but we don't want him throwing the ball 46 times. I don't care what the scenario is. At the end of the day, we got throwing the ball. And that's what I feel Kellen Moore's. I'm not saying he's going to throw 46 times. It's just that I know that when Dak Prescott came back, he was going to open the offense up a little bit more. Probably as he should. But you can't forget what brought you to the dance. The reason why we were 6-2 or whatever it was, because of a strong defensive effort and we ran the football. Don't forget what brings you to the dance. We're going to have to run the football next week just because we need to slow the game down, because you don't want to keep giving Minnesota the ball. They got a lethal offense. Lethal. You don't want them on the field with all these extra possessions. I'm just saying, you better run the football now. At least it's next week. Better figure it out. I'm done. I appreciate y'all. I'm still irritated. I am. I appreciate y'all for hanging with me. Listen to my diatribe. You may not agree with it, but I told you that before I started. Some of this stuff you ain't going to agree with. Depending on what side of the track you stand on, that just will come from my perspective. I see some of the same things from last year. We're trying to be in the last show I told you it's time to play bully ball. I told you that. On both sides of the ball, we got to start playing bully ball. Last night, we didn't play bully ball. We got bullied. There ain't no time for finesse. But I guarantee you, all them names I just called out that we going against, it ain't going to be no finesse. It's not going to be no finesse. They're going to line up and they're going to say, we running right here and we going to do it and you can't stop it. Everybody in the world know Derrick Henry getting the ball. Can't stop it. Everybody knows Saquon gonna get the ball. So far this year, can't stop it. Everybody know with Indianapolis that Jonathan Taylor is getting the football. Can't stop it. And this is what's getting ready to happen. And if your run defense is not right, you're gonna get exposed. Some of y'all want to go get this person and that person. I'm talking about Odell Beckham Jr. and all that kind of stuff. Man, forget Odell Beckham. Forget Odell Beckham. Now y'all finding out what I already knew in the first place. Now y'all hearing that he wants $20 million. You know good and well we ain't doing that. Y'all let Odell Beckham dream go. Forget him. Get that money to some defense. And at this point, who left? I mean, come on now. Everybody really can play. Come on now. Come on now. Oh no, Gary. You say the Colts are garbage. That's because the garbage because Jonathan Taylor just came back last week. That of course they're not. Matt Ryan is a turnover machine, but Jonathan Taylor came back last week. They won the game. So I don't know about that. Jonathan Taylor's a world-class running back. They'll give him football. And if you ain't got no run defense, he'll light you up. That's the only thing I'm saying. Exactly, Joe. Y'all let that go. We need to find something. And at this point, I don't know what you can find in free agency. So everybody got these names that they want and all that. I'm sick of drafting people for depth purposes. That's what we do for free agency. We always getting depth. We ain't getting impact. We getting depth. That's what we sign free agents for on our team. For depth and development. And I'm sick of that. Sick of it. So we get done. When you get done, if you want to take one thing out of this whole thing that I said, I've been on an hour and 23 minutes. Listen, if you don't stop the run, I don't care what level football you're on, high school, college, pros, it's the same thing. If you don't stop the run, you're not going to win. It's that simple. You're not. You're not going to win. You can talk about, you can talk about Kellen Moore all you want. But at the end of the day, when you don't stop no run, another team's rushing attack, you're not going to win. You're not. And I don't know if we got enough to do it. I don't know. We done seen these guys the whole year. I don't know. Is it some type of metamorphosis gonna happen? I don't know if we got enough. I don't. I don't know. I don't know if we got enough to do it. And because it's the same guys. Gallimore still there, Bohanna there, Hankins is there. I mean, come on. I don't know if we got enough. Have enough. I don't know if we have enough. All right. Joe, you say Sue is still out there. Yeah, we don't know if Sue really want to play. Nobody knows. Sue may have gotten comfortable. Sue may have gotten comfortable sitting on the sideline. We don't know if Sue really want to play or not. We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. All right, I'm done. Thank y'all for listening to me. I'll see you guys later this week at some point. If not, I'll be on Saturday. We got exposed, y'all. Yes, we did. And I'm upset about it because, I'm saying we're supposed to be better than this, but I don't know. They got to show me. All right. Again, you may not agree with my statements, but that's okay. Because you guys know football just as well as I know it. I would have kicked the field goal. Some of y'all would say you go for it. All right. I would have ran it on third down and make sure it was about 3rd and 1. If anything, if it was not a first down, I would have done it. But we didn't do it. It is what it is. We move on. I'm turning the page because the more I talk about the Green Bay game, the more upset I get. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm turning the page. We better get ready for Minnesota. They're telling y'all. Yeah. Yeah. It ain't no joke. Better get ready. Minnesota. For real. That's a nice tree to climb there. Minnesota is. They're loaded. Hey, Coach. What you say, Coach? Coach Breelove says, I heard that kicked the field goal, but what about the poor play of the defense against the run? Well, that was the chance I was going to take, Coach. I don't know if you were here earlier. You agree with my brother Gary, about going for it. My only comeback to that, Coach, was that all I heard this season was, and I don't know if the field goal kicker would have made the field goal. It was longer, but I'm just pretending that he would. If he did make the field goal, what I've heard, Coach, this whole year was that the defense was the strongest unit of the team. I know they was getting ran on, and I know they were getting scored on, but I would have gave them that chance to shut the game down. And it's and nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong. Coach McCarthy went for it. Some of you guys say you would. That's fine. I would have kicked the ball off, hopefully kick it out the end zone, and make Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying that's hard for him because he's done it so many times over the years. But I would have made him do it and gave my defense a chance to make a play with the lead. I would have made him drive the field and done that. I would have gave him that opportunity. That's what I would have done. Some of y'all saying, no, I'll go on forward and try to get the touchdown. I get it. Okay. All right. That was just me. Different philosophy. That's why they get paid millions. I'm going to work every day clocking in. All right, I'm done. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and get them clap emojis together. Y'all see on the ticker there how you can support the podcast. I appreciate everybody that just decided to hang with me. Thank you so much. I'm turning the page now. I appreciate y'all letting me have my little venting session tonight. I thank y'all for letting me have the venting session. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and get them clap emojis. I see you, Damon. Hey, appreciate it. That's my brother Gary. I see it over there. Five Bean, who's on Five Bean. I think Miss Ty's on there. Let's go ahead and get the hand. Yep. Let's go ahead and get the clap emojis going. I'm ticked off, but I'm gonna groove my way out of here. Thank you, John. Thank you, Joe. Joe over there is in Italy. I appreciate Miss Ty. See you. I got enough people that are ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I might as well let it go. Because the show ain't nothing we can do about it now. We lost in grand fashion. But guess what? Sunday is coming. Got to go to work. Look, Minnesota, let's go. Got to pick it up quick. Get your head out. Appreciate you, Joe. Got to get your head out. Get your head out of the dirt. Pick your head up. Stop crying. Stop moaning. Stop talking about referees. Stop all this stuff. Got a game to play. Pick it up quick. Dan Quinn, do whatever you got to do. Get the right combination in. Try something. Jesus. Do it. Got a game to play. Minnesota. Let's go. Season's not over. We 6-3. Plenty of football left. But they got to turn it around quick. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for hanging with me. Appreciate you. I see you. Everybody, let's go on. Watch this NFC East battle coming up. Let's see what happens. All right. Until then, I'll see you guys Saturday. I might do some videos or something. I might even come back during the week. But I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate the hand claps coming. We can go ahead and get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. This is the Big Time Show.